Hey guys, welcome to my next video. I'm Coach Becca. Today we're going to be using a resistance band or tubing with handles. This one is, I would say this is light to moderate. You don't need anything too crazy, but definitely going to need this today. And then I'm going to be using a set of moderate weights. Moderate is open to interpretation based on how you're feeling and your experience level. And if you're like me and the athletes that I coach remotely, an endurance athlete, you're going to want to think about the workouts that you've done and the workouts that you're about to do. The whole purpose behind this channel is to support endurance athletes from afar so that they have workouts that they can do at home that are functional, that help them improve their performance and keep injuries at bay. But you don't have to be an endurance athlete to benefit from stability, mobility, flexibility, and functional strength training. So let's get into it today. I'm going to aim for about a 20-minute workout, total body. Let's get after it. So we're going to start with a little stability balance reach. This is good for ankle, knee, and hip stability as well as hip mobility. Level 1, what you're going to do is first you'll start about shoulder width apart. You don't have to have shoes on, but you can. Take a big step forward, lift your back heel, and what you're going to do is just hinge at your hips and just barely soften your knees, reach overhead, and stand. Now, if you're really sore or stiff, say you just finished a 100-mile bike ride and you've got a long run tomorrow or something crazy like that, this is a really great introduction movement, okay? So you don't have to be crazy with the advanced movements I'm going to show. So use this as like a movement screen to see how your body's feeling. So hinge at the hips, soften the knees, reach overhead, stand up nice and tall. Keep that back heel elevated. All right? Now, if you're saying that's pretty easy for me, I feel balanced, I feel like I have good stability, what you're going to do is a full single leg reach. You can even stop here or pull the knee through. So choose your poison. We're going to do 10 per side, just one set. Here we go. Level 1, level 2, and level 3. There's rep number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, same thing on the other side. We'll do 10 reps. Level 1, level 2, level 3. I like to get that nice overhead reach and kind of gets those shoulders going, gets the lats feeling groovy. Halfway. Your reps can take a little longer. You might be going just a little bit faster if you're feeling good. Your pace can really be your own. I'm just here to help guide you and make good decisions for your body today. Inhale, feel kind of how that stomach midsection region is helping you with your balance, or maybe if you're getting lazy there or really tired through the trunk, maybe you're really wobbling a lot, so it's nice to kind of pack that stomach in, give it a little tap before you do your next rep. Okay, and we're going to do one more. Great job. Okay, and then our next movement, still body weight, don't need anything. Stand nice and wide, maybe you could say as wide as you feel comfortable going. And what we're going to do is a windmill. This is a classic movement. It's really good for rotating through the spine, which is important for swimmers, but also really important for just injury prevention. People that want to battle lower back pain, as long as you can maintain that ability to rotate through the spine, you're going to fight a lot less injuries and lower back pain, and you'll probably work on your freestyle swim stroke. So nice wide stance. Bring one arm up overhead. After you watch me do a repetition, I'm going to encourage you to keep your eyes on that palm. Just think it's a good habit for eventually down the road. You could do this with weight or a tennis ball. So what we're going to do is grab an imaginary pull-up bar and just pull down, and you'll feel your whole lat muscle just kind of suck your arm joint into the shoulder socket. Okay? And then the other hand is going to reach towards the floor. So you're going to kind of rotate through your spine, get a nice hamstring stretch. You can rotate that top hand just slightly, so you get kind of a double rotation going on in the shoulder and in the spine. Let's do 5. Inhale. Exhale, punch that fist straight up. Inhale, rotate through the spine. You can bend this knee if you need to, but some of you might not need to. You'll get a bonus stretch in the hamstrings that way, but if you don't quite have that flexibility, that's fine. Keep this arm nice and strong. I used to go by and hit people's arms when they would do this, just to make sure that shoulder stays packed in. It's just a good habit to have. No lazy shoulders. One more. Good. Other side. Pack the shoulder in. Eyes up on the prize. Rotate. Exhale, punch up. 1, 2, 3. I'm just touching these fingertips to the floor. 4, you might not be able to quite reach, and that's fine. Go as far down as you can. And 5. Nice job. All right, so let's get after it with the band a little bit. One of my favorite movements to do with a resistance band is bicep curls. And I think bicep injuries or weak biceps can actually lead to some shoulder injuries. So this is just a great way to help people that swim a lot, or people that are prone to shoulder injuries, or people that just want nice biceps. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna step into the band. The further apart your feet are with the resistance band, it's all relative, but the more resistance you're gonna have. And we're gonna do a little bit of speed play with the resistance band, which is a nice way to kind of segue into our workout from a warm-up. So just make sure there's no slack in the bands when you're going to start. You don't wanna start with loose bands. You want some tension there. And we're gonna do a nice moderate bicep curl first. So you're gonna go up and down like a 2-2 count. Inhale, exhale, 1. We're gonna do 10 of these. 2. This should feel easy to moderate. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, next we're gonna do a fast bicep curl. As fast as you can do these while still feeling under control is the best way to describe it. You're not gonna hurt yourself from doing these, but you still wanna have a little control of the movement. Okay, so maybe you want to even lessen your tension a little bit. So let's work kind of like, I wouldn't say fast twitch, but we're gonna fatigue the muscles with a little bit of speed here. So we're gonna do 15 of these. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. And now I'm gonna increase my tension because we're gonna do 5 slow bicep curls, which are boring, but they're also gonna work your muscles a little differently from the fast ones and the moderate ones. So big curl up, slow on the way down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. And last one, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's our bicep cycle. So now that you know it, 3 different speeds, 3 different rep counts, all with a little different purpose, and hopefully your biceps feel nice. We're gonna do this one more time. Now that you know what to do, you can execute it just a little bit better with your foot placement. Here we go, 10 smooth bicep curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 15 fast bicep curls. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 slow bicep curls. Up for 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up for 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up for 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up for 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I might have skipped one. Let's do one more bonus just in case. Up. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too much counting. All right, so let's toss the band to the side for now. Grab the weights. Let's maybe get the legs going a little bit. We're gonna work on the hamstrings a little bit with a stiff leg deadlift or an RDL. So yeah, whatever weight you want to choose here. I've got about 12 pounds on here. So this is not going to be something that's too crazy or is going to necessarily make your hamstrings super strong. But what we're looking for is toned hamstrings that are going to feel good at the end of a speed workout, at the end of a long ride. It's going to improve our resilience and our endurance. All right, so we're going to do 12 of these. For an RDL, I like to stand with my feet right underneath my shoulders. Okay, and I'm just going to turn to the side here. I'm going to put the weights in front of me, and I'm just going to pretend that I'm sliding the weights down my body as I hinge primarily at the hips, lengthening my hamstrings, which are this muscle here in the back of the legs, as much as possible with just a soft knee. And while doing this, you want to have like a dowel straight back, okay? You should feel this all in your hamstrings and in your keister. So we're going to do 12 of these. We're going to do 2 sets with a short break in between. Here we go. Inhale down. Let your eyes follow the weights down. Stand up tall. 1. Slide the weights down your body. Up for 2. Mainly just hinging at the hips, softening the knee. Exhale, stand up stiff. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And 12. Good. Take a quick break here. We don't need a ton of rest because we're working at a moderate intensity level. And you might be saying, how much do I soften my knees? How do I know if I'm hinging at my hips? You can put a mirror right here, or you can film yourself doing these. And the amount that you hinge your knees is really, or soften your knees, is up to you. You're kind of manipulating this movement so you can really feel your hamstrings as much as possible. And if you watch yourself in the mirror, you should just kind of envision a rod from your tailbone up to your neck, and you should be able to maintain that dowel. That's actually how I teach this movement to beginners, is that way. So you can always regress to that if you need to. Let's do our second set and knock these out of the park. Here we go. Inhale, fill the lungs with air. That can help support the spine. Just keep a nice stiff back. 1. 2. It's almost feeling like a weighted hamstring stretch with just maybe a little bit more bend in the knees. Inhale, blow out. Stand tall, nice and stiff, nice and strong. Halfway. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Okay. So, put these off to the side. We're going to go back to the band. Now, I should have mentioned this to begin with, but I didn't, so I'm sorry. You're going to put the band around a secure, you might need a pause for this, maybe change your location, like a post in your house or something that's like bolted down to the floor. I'm just going to use the railing of my deck, so use whatever you can. If you have a human being, they can hold it for you, but you better trust that human being, because if they let go, this band will snap you in the face, which is hilarious, but also painful. Okay, and so what we're going to do is a supported squat. So feet are just under the shoulders. You're going to squat down low, and by having this in front of you, it'll actually, as you can see, kind of allow a deeper squat. So it's going to still train your quads and your glutes, but it's not going to kill you. And as a bonus, you'll get to go a little bit lower. So it's a good range of motion squat drill that's not going to kill your legs, still build strength, and it's great for your posture. And then at the top, you're just going to do a banded row. So it's a squat to a row. And we're going to do 12 of them. Here we go. Don't worry, you'll get a second set. So feel it out in the first set and adjust in the second. So nice low squat to a pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, halfway, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Now, you know exactly what to do, how to pace yourself, maybe make some adjustments on the band or your footing. Just kind of play with the movement so that it fits for you. This should be a moderate exercise that you feel kind of in the upper back, the posterior chain, as well as in your quads and butt. Here we go. Last set, going to 12. Low squat Maybe now that you know the movement, we can go a little bit lower, which is great for training knee mobility. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Great. All right. Now, let's go back to our weights. I'm actually just going to use one weight. 2 levels. Level 1, you're going to put most of your weight on your front leg, like so, shoulder width apart, and then just a little bit of weight on your back leg, like you're trying to kind of wean yourself off of even needing the back leg down, okay? And we're going to do a triceps overhead with our elbows in right by our temples. You can feel the elbows, you can see your arms, and you're bending your elbows as much as you can. The more you bend your elbow, the more your tricep has to lengthen, okay? And the better it'll strengthen it. So this is level 1. Level 2, you're going to do this on one leg. If you're wobbling a lot, you're better off doing level 1, okay? We're going to do 10 per side, and we'll do each side twice. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay. How did that feel? Maybe you're strong enough where you could do 2 weights and hold them together. Maybe that was so heavy that your arms felt really tired. You're doing baby reps at the end or being really wobbly. So adjust your weight as you need to. Let's get our second set done. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Other side. If you need a little shake of the triceps, that's fine. And 10, 9, 8, woo! 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. So that works stability in the legs while training the upper body. Okay. And just our last movement here. This one's good for our core, our arms, and our shoulder mobility. So it's a, I guess I can maybe turn towards you. I want you to see the whole thing. If you are somebody that should not be doing push-ups, you can substitute this whole thing for a chest press, maybe in a glute bridge. But I'll show you kneeling and full. So we're kind of combining a push-up and a Superman, which a Superman is my favorite way to work on posture and shoulder mobility and all that. So kneeling, it'll look like this. You're going to lower down and do an overhead reach for shoulder mobility and then push yourself back up, okay? Level 2, you're going to be up in a full push-up, lower down. And you're trying to, as you do that overhead reach, you want your arms up like you're doing a wall glide. So you want those up as high as possible, okay? So because I don't want you guys so fatigued that you can't move your arms tomorrow, or that maybe you can't hop in the pool, or maybe you came from the pool so you're already kind of tired, we're gonna do 3 sets of 6 with a short break in between. So these should feel hard, but you should be able to maintain a nice strong push-up. And the reason I say that is because as a personal trainer, I've seen a lot of people do push-ups like this, and I really want you to fire your core. And if you don't know how to do that, give yourself a couple little taps on the stomach. You should feel strong through your midsection. If you don't like the term fire your core, strong through your trunk. So when you push up, you're flat as a board, not inchworming, okay? So let's do our 3 sets of 6. This is our last exercise for the day. So let's do it really, really well. And if you're really tired from your other workouts or just feeling really weak, try to breathe intentionally because that will help keep that midsection rigid. Here we go. Deep breath in, lower down. Exhale, shoulder mobility. Inhale again. Stiff spine, strong trunk. 1. You don't have to do this fast. The slower you go, the better. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Child's pose stretch. Just a short break. Stretch out those lats. Again, we just don't want any interims on that push-up. That's how you're really getting your core workout here. And that's what I would describe as maybe like sneaky core. It's not doing a crunch, but it's a very indicative way of how our core supports us from our posture, helps us do movements better, and helps us prevent injuries. Because with a strong trunk, you're going to be able to, just resist a lot more force and that kind of thing safely. So let's do one more set. Sorry, we got 2 more sets of 6. Lower down. Overhead mobility. Big breath. Push the floor away. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Stretch, and we've just got our last set. All right, here we go. Full plank. Use your breath. Strong core. Down. Overhead. Shoulders. Hands under shoulders. Big breath out for 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Last one. Then you're done. 6. Great work. All right, guys. Way to get it done. If you've got a few extra minutes, grab a stretching strap, grab a foam roller, get your body feeling good for your next workout, and I'll catch you back here next time. Have a good one.